What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for August 1st, 2022. I'm your host, Bill, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us on your Monday nights, wherever you may be. Well, tonight we got a lot of pro wrestling, my man. We got a lot of wrestling. And I like that. I like that a lot.
Right, I was expecting a great Raw, and what I got was indeed a great Raw. I enjoyed that all the way through. No complaints from me.
This show was built around the United States Championship, which I absolutely loved.
Yeah.
This entire show was built around that title, bringing back prominence to that one championship that we all know and love. And it was a great thing to see. We saw a video package for it. We saw 2 amazing triple threat matches, which led to an amazing singles number 1 contenders match. Not a championship contenders match, we'll have a number 1 contenders match.
Fact.
And it was just a great thing to see. Tommaso Ciampa got put over out of all of that. It's just
2022 on the main roster.
It's crazy.
It doesn't even look like it.
Yeah. I was watching some reaction videos from our boy Tio. You know Tio very well.
Yeah.
He said it makes him like even more mad knowing that we had to sit through all those months of television under Vince McMahon.
I'm happy we did, you know. I'm happy we did, so we know what is good and what's bad. And now we saw that a man who knows how to run a company just ran a great show tonight.
Yes.
And I feel it's only getting better from here, you know what I'm saying?
Was this a statement-making show for you? Because it said all the reports saying it was a statement-making show that was going to be taking place tonight. Did you feel it was a statement was made?
I think the only statement that was made is that this is his show now. Like, that was the most...
Yes.
Like, if you didn't know this is a Triple H show, they showed you with almost everything that happened tonight that this is a show not run off of who gets people to sit in the crowd more, who gets more butts and seats, who gets more money and revenue. This is about who's the best wrestler, who puts on the best matches, and we got some amazing matches tonight on a Raw that I didn't even think we would get to this point. Like, I remember watching like the worst Raws that we've gotten, you know, over the past few years. And it's just like, it's weird seeing how good the show can be when someone who actually knows what they're doing is working it, you know? So I'm excited.
Statements were made tonight. Championships were brought back to prominence. You know, the real statement that I got from tonight is that change is imminent and that change will be coming for weeks to come. Like that's just inevitable at this point. We had amazing matches tonight from here on out. The group Control looked fantastic tonight.
For real.
Dakota Kai, Becky, Bailey, and Io Sky. They looked great tonight. They did. Becky Lynch sounded normal on her way out. She was fantastic tonight.
I'm so happy to run that direction now. We finally forgot that she's not a heel. It's okay not to be a heel, you know?
Right.
It's okay. And she's so good at doing her face job. And off of that short promo tonight, she showed it already.
Yeah. And we had a great main event for the tag team titles tonight. I didn't expect the Mysterios to win, but it was a great match nonetheless. And, you know, while we still have the Judgment Day to take care of, it's going to be something to see at Cardiff for sure. I don't know what they do with Edge, though, because now it looks like Edge might have a little bit of some kind of explaining to do to the Mysterios because of the way Raw ended with him accidentally or not accidentally, depending on how the Mysterios take it, spearing Dominic.
I want to see what that is. I don't know how they're gonna write that for next week as far as like the fallout from it, but I'm very interested in that. That was a really ending, not really just the match, but just that specific part. I wasn't expecting it to go that way. So,
Was it accidental? Was it all along
yeah,
the plan? We don't know. You know, I was live with my boy Racked Husky and Mannix, and my guy Mannix was saying, listen, I made a video about this earlier saying, imagine if all of this was just a ploy, him being taken out, coming back as this more like demonic type character. It's like, you didn't think that this was the plan all along? Like there's something there. Like you could do that. But we'll see. I'm really intrigued by what they got going on there. And yeah, it's just going to be something to see over the next 5 weeks. I really want to make it clear to everyone that this was a pure wrestling type show. We didn't get really that many segments. We got wrestling matches, and all these matches that happened tonight really got a good amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing that I was looking for was a Sasha Banks and Naomi pull up, but beyond that, it wasn't even really needed. You know, I was a bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie when Asuka and Alexa came out, but maybe they're saving them for SmackDown. Maybe they're just not gonna be here at the moment. But there was a lot surrounding this Raw, as far as like hype, and it delivered in each and every way for me.
But the way the Raw Women's division looks like right now, even without Becky Lynch, because I know she's going to be out for several months now with this separated shoulder, I think Naomi and Sasha would be better off on Friday nights. Mainly because those are two amazing women that'll easily get that women's division a lot more star power than what it has right now.
Yeah.
And it would just add more people to the roster. I know you can use NXT for that as well. Like my video today, I said Alba Fire and Toxic Attraction would be great additions to SmackDown. But if they are going to be bringing back Sasha and Naomi, I think SmackDown would be the best destination for them. That's just me, though.
No,
because Raw's so stacked enough as it is. You got Asuka, you got Alexa, you got Bianca, Becky, Bayley, Io, Dakota. Like,
SmackDown needs something.
Yeah. So I think that would be the best bet for her, for them rather. But other than that, man, the show was great. We had just the show. When the show was built around the United States Championship, I knew right from the start that it was going to have a great kind of structure. Having the two triple threat matches to determine the final number one contenders match to get to the United States title match, which is going to be next week, I hear.
Okay.
It's going to be a special United States Championship match between Ciampa and Bobby Lashley. I don't know what happens there. Bobby just won the title, so I don't think he loses it. But Triple H is so behind Tommaso. I don't know.
I mean, even if he does lose, I don't think Bob's in the worst position at all because he can just go for a bigger championship, and they can hopefully move him to SmackDown too. Like they should.
I mean, I've been wanting to see Bobby and Roman for so long.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how Clash goes, yeah.
Yeah.
How that goes.
Because Bobby, he never did get his title match back.
Yeah, he never lost it.
He got injured in the Elimination Chamber without even being in the match, and they took him out of it.
Just like that. So
Depending on how Clash goes, honestly, no matter what happens at Clash, I'd want Bobby there.
Yeah.
I would.
You definitely should be.
But yeah, guys, we're going to go over everything that happened tonight on Monday Night Raw. This was a great show here in Houston, Texas, at the Toyota Center. You know,
I will say this. That crowd was terrible.
What you say? I'm sorry.
The crowd was terrible.
Oh, yeah. Toronto didn't really, not Toronto, Houston didn't really bring it tonight as far as the reactions go.
I don't know why. They got up like right when Edge came out, but then like went back down a little bit. But it got better towards the end. But God, the most of the show was just it took the air out of the arena for me.
Yeah, no, Toronto. Why do I think it's in Toronto?
Should have been in Toronto.
Look, Canada crowds were way better.
Yeah.
Houston didn't really bring anything tonight, and I will agree with you on that, and Marquise too. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but that is 100% true what you're saying right there. So we'll go over everything. Monday Night Raw tonight. It was a good show. It's just the crowd kind of blowed. But guys, welcome to Outside the Brand. Tomorrow, I do want to make an announcement that tomorrow you guys will be seeing us both on YouTube and on Twitch. Tomorrow is our official first episode of Tuesday's Talk on the Panda Wrestling Company Network.
Indeed.
So, guys, if you guys have not already, go to twitch.tv/Panda Wrestling Company and hit that follow button. If you are ever so inclined, you guys listen. This is up to Panda and everything when it comes to the subscriptions and everything like that, because he's really overseeing everything. But ever so inclined, hit that subscribe button down below as well. But hit that follow button if you haven't already, for sure. We are actually already eclipsing 120 followers, which is insane. I heard the first official night of the Panda Wrestling Company was a massive success for the shows that happened. I know Russell was doing his sidecast for Monday Night Raw. And you know Russell very well with your beef over chicken. Let me hold on one second. Actually, no, we just eclipsed over 130. So there you go. Yeah, guys, this is something good, and we have, I believe, we are offline. They're offline right now, but yeah, Russell had a great stream of sidecasting Monday Night Raw. It was pretty good, and yeah, guys, we're gonna be doing things over on the Panda Wrestling Company Network for Tuesday's Talk from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And yeah, man, we're going to be doing the exact same stuff that we normally do. Talk some wrestling, talk some news. Have a good time.
Should be a good one.
Yep. And we also are going to be here on YouTube as well. I did find a way that we can both stream on the Twitch and here on Outside the Brand, the YouTube channel. So it's going to be good. And I'm glad it's on my way. What the hell was that? You're in the kitchen?
No, someone else.
I thought Titus was cleaning things up for your catering tonight.
Oh, no.
All right, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for the YouTube side of things. Hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. This was really the first official Monday Night Raw that Triple H had in control, and man, it was a great one. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below, turn on the bell for all notifications. Go down in the description. You guys can follow us all on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. And you guys can go to bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand, and its merchandise. You guys can go get the For the Brand t-shirt in an APA style design. You guys can go get the OTP Wolfpack design t-shirt, as well as many other designs for t-shirts out there. And your tote bags, as well as coffee mugs for you coffee lovers out there. It is a great deal. And I did figure out the promotion code. You guys can use the not hashtag, but use the promo code SS20 for 20% off your order up until August 13th.
Sounds good.
So SS20 for 20% off your order on all of the campaigns that are up on Bonfire until August 13th. So you guys got 2 weeks. So go get your Bonfire merchandise today for 20% off your order. All right, guys, let's get started. We are live tonight from the Toyota Center, and Becky Lynch made her way to the ring. It still had the whole big time Bex thing, but she had her arm in a sling, and it was reported earlier today that she had a separated shoulder. I learned that she had a separated shoulder earlier last night because, well, as you know, I was talking with Megan, and we were just chatting it up. I was on Twitter. I was using the hashtag SummerSlam for just looking up news from the show that night, and I saw a gruesome picture of Becky Lynch's shoulder, and I was like, well, shit, that don't look good.
Yeah.
And it came out today that her shoulder was completely separated, and now she'll need surgery for that. It sucks.
For real. Just it looked like we're about to go on a big turn for her character, and stuff like this happens. It sucks, you know?
Yeah.
So, get better soon.
Yeah. We wish you all the best when it comes to your recovery and everything like that. So, Becky Lynch, you'll be back stronger than ever and everything like that. And the thing is that the respect that Lynch showed Bianca tonight with another handshake and a hug and saying, hold it down, girl, I'll be back. There's that mutual respect there. And I think the entire year storyline between SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam, I think these two were tied to the hip for a reason. I know you don't like it when Bianca's tied to the hip with somebody, but this one, it worked out in the end.
That's all I can ask for.
Yeah.
It's working out,
So we saw a video package of Bianca Belair defeating Becky Lynch to retain the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Bayley then returned alongside Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Lynch then stood alongside Belair to keep them back. So we saw the whole video package of what happened at SummerSlam. She stands in the ring with a microphone. A loud Becky chant breaks out in the Toyota Center. And Lynch says, Houston, welcome to the big time. In everything that she does, she gives it her all. She talks about hitting rock bottom in the past and not knowing who she was after losing the title at WrestleMania. At SummerSlam, she finally remembered who the hell she was. It's not in the fancy clothes or the need for glory and validation. It's in the determination, perseverance, relentlessness, and owning every mistake that she has made. It's the pursuit to being better than she was yesterday. When she separated her shoulder at SummerSlam, she had two choices: give up or give it all she had. When she grit her teeth and fought for 20 more minutes in that match for her career. The pain was there, and it wasn't, but she didn't think it was as painful as the realization that she became separated from reality. They've created the greatest women's division that they ever had here in WWE, and she fought for that. When the referee counted to 3, with her shoulders flat on the mat, she gave it her best, but it wasn't good enough for that night. She's not defined by one match. She defines the match, and she's not defined by a championship. She defines that championship, and she will not be defined by any man. She defines the man. She won't start the new era and comeback story. It starts now. At that point in time, I was like, this is the best Becky Lynch has sounded in God knows how long.
For real.
This is the Becky Lynch that I fell in love with when she was the man in the first place.
I'm happy to. It sounded like she really did it. You know, these past few promos seemed like she was just saying it just to say it. You know,
it didn't sound like a scripted promo.
Yeah, that was the best part about this.
Yeah. So first, she wanted to give credit and thanks to the women who pushed her for the past year to be the BEST that she can be. Lynch calls out then Bianca Belair. The Raw Women's Champion then comes out to a big ovation, as she usually does. The EST chants then break out, and Belair stands on the apron and says Becky Lynch doesn't just define the man, she is the man. Belair is in the ring and shakes Lynch's good arm and gives her a hug. Lynch then says she'll see Belair soon, and Lynch walks off, and a loud Becky chant fires back up once again. It's just respect right there, and you can just see that fully.
Yeah, I love it.
So then Belair has nothing but respect. She said that she had nothing but respect for Lynch. Some people have wondered how that's possible. She hasn't forgotten any of the times that Lynch has attacked her, but she's never wanted to be handed anything. This title is only worth the amount of work that she puts into it, and Lynch made her work for that. She shook Becky Lynch's hand at SummerSlam because of that mutual respect. To get respect from somebody like a Becky Lynch, that means everything to her, and she has learned so much from Becky. There's a target on her back, and she's not going to be slipping. That's why she's standing here as the Raw Women's Champion. She stays ready so that she doesn't have to get ready. And then cameras cut to backstage where Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, known as Control, they are attacking Becky Lynch with a chair. They locked in her arm in the chair, and before she can stomp on it, Belair comes in to make the save. This was a great way to write off Becky, even if we know the separated shoulder is a legit thing, but they always have to write people off in some kind of fashion like this. This was completely unexpected, and I like the way that they did it here.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I think they did a good job of just wrapping up what's left of the Bianca and Becky thing, and hopefully when she comes back, I assume she'll come back around the Royal Rumble time.
Yeah.
But hopefully they still keep her in this way. I don't want them to just do something like this and then immediately go back to the heel stuff, you know?
Right.
But yeah, the Control's presentation is exactly what I wanted. They look like freaking monsters tonight, and I really am expecting a lot from this stable. So yeah.
So then we had the announcement of the Usos being having to defend their undisputed tag team titles against the Mysterios later on in the night. Edge will also appear on tonight's Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam, and we'll also see 2 triple threat matches with Dolph Ziggler, Ciampa, and Gable, and then the other one being The Miz, Ali, and AJ Styles. And the winners of those 2 matches would face each other tonight in a one-on-one match to determine the next challenger for Bobby Lashley's United States title. I like that it's a different type of way to get to a number 1 contenders match.
That was the first time I saw that. When was the last time we got a number 1 contenders match?
I'd say probably 2016 SmackDown.
Dang.
That's the way that I remember it.
Yeesh. Well, yeah, that.
I mean, we didn't have championship contenders matches in like 2017, 2018. I know we didn't, but really the last ones that I remember were 2016 SmackDown. And the thing is, I really don't think the championship contender matches started really happening until possibly pandemic time. So we've had them for a good 2+ years. Or maybe 3.
It was a great way to start the show.
Yeah. Having these triple threats to get to a spot, to get to a title match, like it's so refreshing knowing that there's going to be new ways to get to a number one contender, and unless beating the champion. We had our first triple threat match of the night, which was AJ Styles, Ali, and The Miz. And oh my God, did Ali show out tonight.
That tornado DDT was my favorite spot of the whole match. That was great.
Suicide dive into a tornado DDT on the outside. Bro, give me a freaking break.
That's all Ali wanted was a chance, and he finally got a chance tonight.
Yes, like... My God. So this match is fantastic. I'm not going to be able to do it justice by just reading out the final portions of the match, but it's what we do here. So I will try my best to give you what we have. Styles set up for a phenomenal forearm, but The Miz pulls him off the apron. Styles then attacks The Miz and sends him rib first into the corner and into the commentary table. Miz gasps in pain, and Styles then turns around and Ali kills him with that springboard tornado DDT to the floor. Like I said, holy shit. Like, and it was to the outside too. Like, it wasn't like, so good. So Ali puts Miz back into the ring, but Miz hits him with a skull-crushing finale, and as he gets into the ring, Miz's ribs are too injured to capitalize on the cover, but he covers anyway, but Ali kicks out at the count of 2. Miz then puts Ali in the corner and stomps him. Ali then shoves him away and hits a super kick. Ali then pulls him to the top rope. He hits a 450 splash on The Miz, but because of the impact, Styles was immediately going to catch him into a Styles clash onto The Miz for the win 1, 2, 3, and AJ Styles moves on to the number one contenders match later on in the night. That final spot right there was tremendous.
Yeah, this whole match is like remind me of like the bits and pieces I've seen of NXT.
Yes.
Beautifully produced.
450 splash, which then gets caught into a Styles clash. You wouldn't be getting this type of stuff with Vince. I'm sorry.
At all.
Like,
this probably would have been a match. They probably would have had AJ versus Miz again.
Yeah.
Just to do it.
Yeah. So, AJ Styles picking up the win here to get to the number one contenders match, which automatically shows to me, like, listen, I've been crying for our AJ Styles to, get at least some sort of, shot, just because we know how great he is. Just because Mustafa Ali lost here tonight does not mean that he didn't get to show what he could do. Yeah. Ali's going to be perfectly fine with Triple H under power. And The Miz is always fine.
Yeah,
The Miz knows where he's at now. Huh?
He did his job.
The Miz knows where he's at now. So it's not like he's like floundering for a spot.
Yeah.
So I thought like it was a really good triple threat match to kick off the show. And the thing is, here's the thing that I liked about this, especially the first segment with the Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair and the whole stuff right there, that really only took up 15 minutes of the show. Usually the first segment takes up the first half hour.
Sheesh.
So with this only taking like 15 minutes of the show, it gave a lot more time for this triple threat to happen. We got probably like a good, I don't know. I think it was at least a good like 13, 15-minute match between these guys. And the thing is, it really showed that they're going to give the United States Championship back the prominence that it should have. So it's just everything about this tonight was just A1. So we had a replay showing of Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai attacking Becky Lynch's separated shoulder with the chair at the start of the show. Bayley, Dakota, and Io are walking backstage, and Sarah Schreiber asks why they targeted Becky Lynch. Bayley says, "Is that what you think? This is not about Becky. This is not about Bianca. This is all about them. And she'll know, and we'll all know why soon enough." Good. We don't need to have it right away. Let this marinate, right? Let this sink in. They took out Becky.
Mm-hmm.
They're plotting to take out Bianca in some way, shape, or form. We don't need to have the full reason outright right now. We gotta let this marinate. Like, see what they are about first, and then hit us with the freaking fun. Hit us with the freaking combination.
It makes sense. Hold on. Let me wrap that.
No problem. So I like it. I like the way that they are going about this. We don't have to have our dessert before our lunch. Let us marinate this. Let us actually figure this out first before just blowing the load on something that we don't know much about just yet. So while they were going to be walking into the locker room, the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, walk out of the locker room. Sarah Schreiber is then asking how they feel about facing the Mysterios tonight. They say that they'll beat the Mysterios again, just like they beat the Street Profits at SummerSlam, because they are the twos, and the Usos are the ones. And then Seth freaking Rollins heads to Monday Night Raw, and he makes his way to the ring. A video package was shown for Seth Rollins injuring Riddle last week on Raw, and then destroying him later on at SummerSlam. And then we had Seth Rollins cutting a promo tonight on Monday Night Raw, where he is welcoming everyone to Monday Night Rollins. He is the host of tonight's festivities. He is the visionary and the revolutionary. Tonight is a night for celebration. They don't have to see and hear from that idiot, the original bro Riddle. It takes a lot of guts for Riddle to do what he did at SummerSlam. It was gutsy to show up, but he crossed the stupid line more times than he can count. There's a silver lining to all of this. Riddle has wanted so badly to be like his big bro Randy Orton. Now he's on the shelf with a career-threatening injury, just like Randy Orton. There's another silver lining in all of this as well. Now that Riddle is out of the picture, he can turn his attention to Roman Reigns and the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The Street Profits then interrupt him, and they come out to the stage looking angry. Rollins is telling the production team to shut off their music and not to say a word. Rollins gets upset at the crowd cheering the Street Profits, telling them to shut up. Rollins knows that they're in Houston and the Rockets building. They are used to watching losers all the time, but he doesn't want to share space with the biggest losers in all of WWE. How many times have they lost to the Usos? They suck so much as a tag team, they should probably just break up. Rollins then tells them to pack up their things and go back through the curtain. This is Seth freaking Rollins' time. I love that. I did. I was surprised that they outright said, yeah, you should probably just break up. I was surprised by that, but that it worked. It worked for the possible story that is to come, with one of them turning heel at some point. And it does make sense. Rollins going back after Roman for the Undisputed title, it does make sense. We don't know if we will get that in the future, but if that does happen, I'm not mad at that. And I like the basketball reference. I did. I did. He knows that they're in the Houston Rockets building, but they've just been watching losers all this time. Why would they want to watch the biggest losers in WWE, the Street Profits, with them losing so many times to the Usos? I thought that was a great touch. I did. So, yeah. Angelo Dawkins then asked if any of the crowd tonight wanted to see one of them beat Rollins tonight. Wanted to see one of them kick his ass. Montez then says that that's the same guy that got his ass kicked by Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes had one arm. Rollins then asked if they came out for a fight. Rollins would love nothing more than to go down there and stomp their heads into the stage. There's two of them and only one of him, so that's just not fair. Ford then says that we got another way. Dawkins asks Houston if they want to see one of the Profits kick the crap out of Seth Rollins tonight. Dawkins then tells Rollins to be careful what he wishes for. They're going to settle this with a game of rock, paper, scissors. A referee then comes out to officiate this important competition. An official comes out to officiate a rock, paper, scissors contest. Nice. And before they can even really start playing, Ford then grabs the referee by the shirt, charges to the ring, and Ford slides into the ring, avoiding a stomp. And we're going to have Montez versus Rollins on Raw. So, yeah, I mean, Seth Rollins, Montez, Ford, pretty damn good. This match was a showcase for Montez. At the end of the day, that's how I took it. That's how I took it for sure. Montez Ford might have lost this match, but he showed up tonight. He showed out, and it was a great way to give him an opportunity at a singles role. And it was a pretty good one at that. So Ford punches him back and gets back into the ring. Rollins blindsides him with a high kick and rolls him up for a 2 count. Rollins then immediately hits a super kick for another 2 count. Rollins then sets up the stomp, but Ford then avoids it. Ford then fights him off, but Rollins attempts for a buckle bomb. Ford then fights him and lands on the second rope. Ford then connects with a tornado DDT. He covers, but Rollins gets a foot on the bottom rope and breaks up the pin attempt. Ford then goes to the top rope, but Rollins sweeps his feet. Rollins powers him up for a buckle bomb, and then Rollins immediately follows it up with a Falcon Arrow for a very close near fall. Rollins then looks, he's incensed at this point. He is so mad. He is so angry. And Rollins then goes to the top rope and talks some trash. He then goes for a frog splash, but Ford moves, and Ford goes to the top rope for a frog splash, but Rollins gets the knees up. Rollins then quickly connects with the stomp for the win. 1, 2, 3. And Rollins picks up the win. Over Ford. Over Montez Ford. Rollins then senses Ford up for another stomp, but Angelo Dawkins does make the save. And Rollins instantly gets out of the ring to save himself and backs up the ramp. This was a good showcase for Montez Ford. That's what I really took this as. And it shows to me that they are most likely going to be giving Ford this singles run in the near future. It looks good. And Ford really had a chance to shine, to show off what he can do as a singles guy. I liked it. I really did. So yeah, I want to get Locke's opinion on this Montez Ford stuff. So I will let him know about that match, and we'll get right back into the swing of things. But we did see a video package of that last man standing match between Reigns and Lesnar at SummerSlam. Reigns will next defend the Undisputed title against Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle, like we all know. And yeah, then we had some highlights from SummerSlam played in a video package before the Alexa Bliss and Asuka match on Raw. So we had that taken care of tonight for Monday Night Raw. The Alexa and Asuka match was not bad by any means. They actually had a good amount of time until the no contest happened between, because of Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. They ran down and attacked both women, causing the no contest. And then Sky, Kai, they held Bliss up, and Bayley hit a knee to the face. They then attack Asuka, and Io Sky went to the top rope, and Kai hands her a steel chair. The Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair then runs down to make the save. Bayley, Kai, and Sky quickly get out of the ring and run into the crowd. Belair then says that she doesn't care which one of them it is. She wants one of them in a match tonight. Io Sky then indicates that she will be the one to face Bianca Belair, which I love. That was great. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, give that to me right now. And they did. And they did. And it was great. I absolutely loved it. And that was really your first hour. And then we went to commercial break. The first hour was commercial break. So that was great. We had that take place. And I loved it. But yeah, I mean, we had after the commercial break took place, we saw a replay of everything that happened, and it was confirmed that Bianca Belair would be taking on Io Sky later on in the night. And then we had the second triple threat match with Dolph Ziggler, Tommaso Ciampa, and Chad Gable. So yeah. Before we get into that triple threat match, I do kind of want to chat real quick. We got Walter in here, Marquise, and Andrew. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. YouTube must have not sent out notifications because this isn't normally our audience for a Monday Night Raw review. But it's okay, guys. We love you guys for being here nonetheless. This is YouTube. That's what happens with YouTube. But yeah, man. At this point in Monday Night Raw, I was really excited for what was to come. Monday Night Raw, at this point, the show was fantastic, and I was just very intrigued for what was going to be happening from 9 till 11. It was a great first hour, and I was really expecting some more great things coming. And yeah, you got no notification. So there you go. Yeah, no notifications didn't go out. There you go. Well, thank you, Marquise, for at least saying something about that, because it's not us. That's YouTube's fault. God dang it! If you guys don't already though, please check that bell. Check that bell. See if you put it on all notifications. Sometimes it can go to the personalized notifications or something like that, and you won't always get to see when we go live. So make sure you look at that bell and turn it on to all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live, because sometimes it just changes on me, right? Like I have the bell for certain YouTubers. Sometimes it just randomly changes to the personalized notifications instead of all. So make sure you check that bell, because sometimes it just randomly changes and I don't know why. YouTube is just, it's weird like that. It really is. Like, I have all notifications for off actually, and just the other day it switched to personalized. So I don't know what the fuck happened. but yeah, I had to switch it back to all notifications. It's crazy. YouTube just does not know how to do their YouTube, how to do their notification system or something like that, because we don't do this for the views and everything like that, but when we usually average pretty much around 15 to 20 viewers now on the live streams, and we only have 3 right now from what I'm looking at, that's a problem. That no notifications came out. So I guess it's just some people, because now Walter is saying that he did get a notification. So I don't know. Junior, I don't know what you're talking about. Champa, Gable, Ziggler, they killed it tonight. Belair, the great talent. Dakota Kai and Io Sky are fantastic. Montez Ford is going to be a future star in this company. And if you don't think that match between Io Sky, if you don't think a match between Io Sky and Bianca Belair is something that you want to see, then I don't know what you want to see, my man. In the first triple threat match too, AJ Styles, Ali, and The Miz. That was a great match right there. So with a great young talent in Ali. So I don't know. If you got no notification, Marquise, that's YouTube's fault. That is. There you go, Mo. What's going on? Mo, did you get a notification just now that we were live? Because a lot of people right now, they haven't gotten they haven't gotten a notification for us. So, like I said, it's most likely a YouTube thing. But I don't know. It was crazy because some people just did not get notifications or what have you. So let me know if you got a notification because some people did, some people didn't, and we normally don't have our audience being this low for a Raw review. But yeah, you got one. Oh, and the screen one. That's YouTube then. That's YouTube then. That's really YouTube then. That's not us. That's not us. We've been perfectly fine all stream. I don't know about that. Screen went black. That's crazy. That's YouTube there. We've been fine all stream. Laugh's just out right now, so he'll be back when he can. But yeah, this was. We were just trying to figure that out for like the last 7 minutes, because it's not our normal audience. I mean, you guys are normal. You guys are normal for being here. Like you guys are normally the ones in here, but the fact that we only have 4 people in here right now, that's not normally our amount that we usually get. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys just check that bell real quick, see if it's on all notifications, not personalized, and you guys should be fine for the future episodes of OTB. We did have the triple threat match next between Dolph Ziggler, Tommaso Ciampa, and Chad Gable. Walter, it's fine. Listen, we don't expect. I don't expect 15 to 20 people every single live. I don't. We do this thing mad late. We do this after when that Raw goes off the air. I don't expect like 1,000 people on this live every single time. It's just that normally I see our average audience, right? Because we've been doing this for a little while now. You get to see like your average audience at times, and when it's not something that's normally your average, you kind of get to wondering like what's really happening with YouTube. Is it you? Is it YouTube? What's happening? The fact that some notifications didn't go out for some people, that's a YouTube thing. That's a YouTube thing. So it's just the way that it went. That's all. It's nothing that we can do. All we can do is really just tell you, check that bell. Because if it's on personalized notifications, that you guys aren't going to be getting every single time that we go live. So I don't care if you listen to the show afterwards or during. It don't matter. We love your support anyways. So that's what we really care about. But yeah, guys, we're going to get right into the next triple threat match, which is Dolph Ziggler, Tommaso Ciampa, and Chad Gable. This is great. This is a great triple threat match. And the thing is, I love the person that went over here. I did. That's good, Mo. That's good. That's good. Yeah. We're usually live after the half hour of Monday Night Raw being off the air. Like if we're not really live at around 11:30, then either guests are coming in and we have to wait, or we're just talking off camera. We just forget to click that live. But yeah, it don't matter, guys. We'll get that notification thing sorted out, and we'll possibly get back to you for more than likely tomorrow anyway, because we got Tuesday's Talk tomorrow, the first official episode. There you are.
Hey.
I've been talking to the chat mainly while also going over the Alexa Bliss match and the Seth Rollins match, because some people didn't get notifications for live tonight. So I was like, because right now it shows that only 4 people are here, and I mean, being on YouTube for over a year now, I know like at least our average audience and everything like that. That's not our average. So I was asking people if like the notifications went out, and some people say that it didn't. Some people say it did. That's a YouTube thing. That's a YouTube thing. And I even said to them, check that bell, because if it's on the personalized notifications, you're not going to be getting every single time that we go live.
Yeah.
I have all notifications set for you, and then 2 days ago, randomly, it just switched to personalized. I'm like, that's not what I did. That's not what I got from my buddy. So I had to put it back to all notifications. It's just a YouTube thing. That's all. But it happens.
Pretty much.
But I did want to get your reactions to the Rollins and Montez match. I thought it was a great showcase for Montez Ford.
Yeah, that was. I was so happy to see Montez and like as singles light without breaking up the Street Profits. You know what I'm saying? There's a great way to do that without having them go through this whole long rivalry thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, Montez looked great. Rollins looked great. I'm happy Rollins won because Rollins has been losing a lot. That was one of those matches where I didn't care who won. I wanted Montez to win, like in the back of my head. But Rollins has become one of my favorite superstars over this past year. So him winning was not a problem. It was a great match, and I hope I feel like this is going to be a future championship match. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whoever is champion, I hope these two can do this again because they did a great job tonight.
I love the references that Rollins had in his promos tonight, with them being in Houston in the Rockets building. Houston's been used to watching losers all the time, so why would they want to watch the biggest losers in WWE being the Street Profits, with how many times that they've lost to the Usos recently? I thought that was a great touch, and it really showed that Rollins could just be a dick when he wants to be.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, I just got back into watching basketball, but I'm pretty sure with the Houston Rockets being the whole losers and everything, that's pretty accurate.
They're pretty bad.
That's pretty accurate. Okay.
Pretty freaking bad.
So yeah, I just thought that was a great touch. And then the fact that they had a referee come out for the rock, paper, scissors thing, I thought that was a little corny. But but it's fun antics at the end of the day. And the thing is, we never even got to see a rock, paper, scissors match because Montez just grabbed the referee and chucked him into the ring. So so yeah, I don't know if they're gonna like play up to the fact it's like, hey, listen, we were supposed to have a fair rock, paper, scissors match, and you took that opportunity from me. I don't know if they're gonna play to that, but I could see it happening, maybe. I don't know if Angelo Dawkins would be the one to turn heel on that, but you know, it's something to look to. But I just thought it was a great showcase match for Montez, and it definitely showed that he could be a singles guy down the road. It was just a great showcase.
It was really good.
The Alexa Bliss and Asuka match, it didn't really get much time, but the thing is, Control attacked them afterwards. So it was really setting up the 6-woman tag that will most likely happen in Cardiff with Asuka, Alexa, and Bianca versus Control. That was good enough for what it was.
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't think it was going to be the way it did, but it did its job.
Yeah, so let me kind of refresh something real quick. There we go. Okay. I had to refresh the page right now because it said it wasn't connecting, but my notes and everything weren't connecting, but we got it back. So yeah, we had the Montez Ford stuff, the Alexa Asuka, and then we had the indication that it was going to be Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, which I thought was a freaking great
That was so
first match for Control. But before that, we had the triple threat between Dolph Ziggler, Tommaso Ciampa, and Chad Gable. The initial reaction that I heard, well, that I wanted to see from this match was amateur style background for pro wrestling when it comes to Chad Gable and Dolph Ziggler. We know that Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable have massive amateur wrestling background styles. I wanted to see that tonight, and we did.
Yeah.
It had to have been in a picture-in-picture, but regardless, we got that, and it was great to see. I love Dolph Ziggler as a worker. I do. Tommaso Ciampa is one of the best that they got. And Gable is so underrated.
I thought that was, I was like, whoa. Like, Ciampa, I wasn't even hitting me that, like, Triple H and Ciampa are so close. Like, I didn't even think that he would, like, put him in that spot. And then when it finally happened, I was like, I see why he won that now, because he's finally giving him the chance that I feel like since he got to the main roster, they haven't been treating him like what he used to be and what he came to NXT to do and what he did in NXT, you know what I'm saying? So I really wish the crowd was just more into this, because this was such a big coming out party for Ciampa since he's been on the main roster. And I think that was like the closest he's been to his NXT form ever, you know?
Exactly. We saw Project Ciampa, the power bomb into the backbreaker on the knees. Fantastic. We saw the fairy tale ending to win the match. I love the double underhook face buster that he has. That's fantastic stuff. Everything about the way that they presented Tommaso Ciampa tonight was great. And they put him against two amazing workers in Gable and Ziggler. It was a match made in heaven, seriously, because you had great workers along with a great up-and-comer in Tommaso. So, Ciampa, he stomps away at Ziggler and puts him onto the top rope. He chops him in the chest and a belly-to-back slam off the second rope. Gable then breaks it up with a diving headbutt, and Ziggler hits Gable with a zigzag as Gable hits Ciampa with an O'Connor roll German suplex. An O'Connor roll German suplex into a zigzag. Fucking perfect. Like,
bro.
Again, you wouldn't be seeing that type of spot in the Vince era. You just wouldn't.
In the slightest. And it's so weird. It's like the total polar opposite from what we were getting. It's like, it still hasn't fully hit me that this was like a completely different show from what we've been getting for so freaking long. Gosh.
I think it's going to take a while for people to really, grasp that Vince is not running these shows anymore. Like it's going to take a little while. Not for me, because I've been screaming for this day forever. But but I can understand the fact that like people are going to have to really get used to this. But trust me, guys, it's going to be better off in the long run. So we had all of that take place. Ziggler picks up a near fall on Gable after that zigzag spot. Gable is knocked out of the ring. Ciampa and Ziggler exchange roll-ups before Ciampa goes for the fairy tale ending. Ziggler then gets out and super kicks him. Gable throws Ziggler out of the ring and covers Ciampa for a very close 2 count. Ziggler then pulls Gable out of the ring. Ciampa then knees Ziggler off the apron. Gable backslides Ciampa for a 2 count, and Ciampa knees Gable in the face and hits a fairy tale ending for the win. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Ciampa will face AJ Styles later on tonight, where the winner will get an opportunity at the United States Championship. When I heard that it was Tommaso Ciampa and AJ Styles, I was like, first of all, that makes 100% sense because of what happened at SummerSlam, which it connected from SummerSlam. And it was just going to be a great showcase for Ciampa against a veteran like an AJ Styles, who we all know is great. Continuity. You're muted.
Oh, shoot. Part of me is like, I wanted AJ to win, you know, because I feel he's one of the people on the main roster that has not been treated the way he should be. At least not on Raw. I feel SmackDown was great, but Raw it's always been a bit off. But I don't know. The production of these matches went so well with the finishes and the people who he picked to win. All of it just worked in a way where you can't really be mad at the outcome. And I think that's like a unique thing that we haven't gotten in a while. You know, it's even though it's not the person that you expected to win or the person that you wanted to win, you can't really be mad because not only was the match good, but you understand why the other person was picked. You know, and I think that was the genius of booking the matches, producing the matches, and the finishes. I think all three of those things working so well together, you got yourself a good wrestling match. You know, and Triple H did that repeatedly tonight, and especially with these triple threat matches. I hope he does the same thing for the IC title on Raw, because that title is also one of the titles that needs to be looked at as the prestigious championship, because it is, you know, and the production work on both of the triple threats tonight was just screaming that now it's time for us to acknowledge the fact that the U.S. Championship is a prestigious championship. It's not a 24/7 championship. Mind you, we haven't seen a mention about the 24/7 championship since he got there, which I love.
I'm so happy.
I don't think we're ever going to hear anything about that again.
I'm so happy. I seriously.
You know, it's so great that he's putting prestige on all of the tag titles. You know, I mean, not all the tags, all of the titles on the show, and he's making it prestigious to be any kind of champion and have any kind of gold. And I think that's the best part of this first Triple H run Raw. You know, I think that was one of the statements he made. This wasn't one statement, it was more like statements. You know, he made small statements as the show went on, and this was one of them. Respect all championships, and all championships are prestigious, and another great execution. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We then had Edge next, and he came out to Metalingus.
Yo, Nate.
There you go, Nate. Yes. There you go, Nate.
I freaking love it, yo.
I don't freaking understand it though, because he came out looking like a freaking vampire at SummerSlam, and now he just has Metalingus again. I don't get it. But
I was happy with him. I didn't care what song he came out to. That shit was great.
But
Metalingus was good to hear because we haven't heard it in a long time. And he looked like he was piped up too. So I freaking love that song. So
I like Metalingus too, but man, you come out looking like a vampire, and then it's like, oh yeah, Metalingus, here we are. I feel like Metalingus really only works with his long hair. He has short hair now, so like.
I mean, he has 14. You know, he still had it. I mean, I guess I don't know.
I know, but I just like seeing that long hair flying, and then.
I feel you.
But you know, Nate, props to you, my man. You got your Metalingus back. Now, I don't know what you want from me. But he did come out with his old theme. A huge ovation to the crowd. Huge. Like, I'm people are glad that Metalingus is back. And he gets into the ring, and the crowd chants his name. Edge thanks Houston for the ovation, but to be fair, for the last few months, he's been a bit of an asshole. That all changes now. Now we all get what we want. Edge will keep this real and simple. He created Judgment Day to help you underutilized talent reach their full potential. He wanted to pass the knowledge of his 30-year career to Damian Priest and to Rhea Ripley. It felt like we were just getting started, but the first taste of power clouded their judgment, and they thought that they learned enough and to know from him, but they were damn wrong. To be fair, they pulled one over on him. That's rare, but they put him on the shelf for a few months. If you witness SummerSlam, he pulls himself out of the hell that they put him in. Now it's time to kill what he has created. Edge says that Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, he will end the Judgment Day. Edge then walks out and high fives some of the fans. Short and sweet and to the point. That's what I got from this. We know what his mission was as soon as he came out to SummerSlam, but I just don't understand it. They did all those video packages for the weeks, and we knew it was Edge 2 weeks into these video packages, and it just looks like normal Edge is back. Like, it doesn't seem like a more darker side than what the video packages were saying.
I don't know if I can deep dive it right now because he just came back, so I don't know if I can just go immediately into why it's not immediately projecting the same energy that the videos were that they were showing on Raw. But I mean, I hate saying this, but I guess we just gotta wait and see, really, because I think Triple H's way of doing these things, it seems like everything is like a slow burn. He's not gonna just bam,
Yeah,
that's good.
And I like that. I like that style of booking. It just felt very weird, like just right off the bat.
No, I mean, it's the first week. It's the first week that he actually had a chance to give a promo. So I understood why he didn't go in full freaking Undertaker mode or whatever.
Right.
Just off that, I think it was more of just being back, And I think as the weeks go on, and especially since what happened at the end of the show, I think we're gonna more slowly divulge into what he's back here for, what those videos were for, maybe, and it's gonna be something that it's gonna be a slow build, but once it gets there, we're gonna see why it took so long to get right there,
Yeah, and like I said, I like that type of a build. It just felt weird to me. I don't know, but yeah, I 100% agree. Triple H, long-term booking. We'll see where that goes. It's just it just felt weird to me, but I do agree with you. We'll definitely see where that goes, and I can't honestly wait to see, because now that Edge is back, we'll see where this can really go. So the Mysterios are backstage. Kevin Patrick asks them about their preparation heading into their tag match with the Usos. Rey Mysterio says that the Judgment Day is in the rearview mirror. He knows Edge. He's known Edge for a long time. Judgment Day is in trouble. As far as tonight goes, they're focused on beating the Usos and becoming the new Undisputed Tag Team Champions. We then had, we got an announcement that the Rollins champion would face Io Sky in an non-title match next on Raw. But when we came back from a commercial break, we saw a video package of the WWE Tryouts at SummerSlam. And Sarah Schreiber is with Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bayley. Bayley says that people are talking about them coming out at SummerSlam. This women's division has been on a downward spiral since she left, and they needed a role model. And she outsourced 2 of the best women that they have. Kai says that they know how to play the game. Wink, wink. And Bayley says that soon enough they will have full control. Io Sky says, Bianca, see you out there. A lot of innuendos about Triple H being the one to say, yeah, let's do this. If you believe in it so much, Let's do this thing.
It looked great.
How Vince McMahon ever said, yeah, no, we're not going to do this, I don't know.
Ugh.
You have this in the palm of your hands on your desk, and you say, no.
I don't get it. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeesh.
We know how to play the game. That was written in there for a reason.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. This was great.
Bro.
Io Sky is one of the best that they have. Period. Bianca Belair, we all know how great she is. This was just great. And the thing is, while it ended in a no contest, Alexa Bliss and Asuka came for revenge after what that happened to them in their singles match. So it is continuity.
Yeah.
But this was really the build-up match for their 6-woman tag that'll most likely happen in Cardiff, Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Which we knew was coming.
Yeah.
People really thought that it was going to be Naomi and Sasha in the positions that Asuka and Alexa are in now.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, I think them being on SmackDown will be the best bet to give that women's division more power. But I wanted to see them happen on Monday Night Raw tonight, but man, I'm telling if they showed up on Monday Night Raw tonight, that women's division it's overpowered now.
Yeah.
So if they just added more power to this division,
share something.
Yeah, share the wealth, please. I'll be fine with them on SmackDown. Believe me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that it's honestly what I want, because I want I want Bayley and Sasha on separate shows. They don't always have to be on the same show. So them being on separate shows will be a nice, fresh thing for me. Because as far as I was aware of, they've been on the same show ever since their inception on the main roster. So
seems so.
Let's separate them and see what they can do on their own. So Sky was back up and connected with double knees to Belair's chest. Sky then tries again, but Belair slams her into a spinebuster. Belair then goes for the handspring moonsault, but Sky gets the knees up. Alexa Bliss and Asuka cheer for Belair at ringside. She knocks Sky back, and Sky distracts the referee. Bayley sweeps the feet, and Sky avoids the big boot and rolls Belair up with her feet on the ropes, but Bliss knocks him off. Bliss and Asuka then get into the ring and brawl with Bayley and Dakota, thus having the referee call for the bell for the no contest. So there we go. Asuka then knees Bayley in the face, and Bliss gets Kai out of the ring. A wild brawl continues as WWE referees, officials run down to try to break them up. They eventually separate them after moments of brawling. Man, we saw a sighting tonight that happened at SummerSlam. Sean Daivari made an appearance once again.
Bro.
And the thing is, people were still in my live comment section saying, "Oh my God, it's Scorpio Sky."
God. Ridiculous.
No, guys, it's not Scorpio.
So Scorpio and Ricochet. That's hilarious. Wow.
And this is giving Champa some prep talk before his number one contenders match with AJ. Kevin Patrick says that nothing has gone the Miz's way as of late. Miz asks what hasn't gone his way. Miz and Logan had Logan Paul right where he wanted him until AJ Styles blindsided Ciampa to distract him. Was Styles training Logan Paul? Ciampa says that Styles will know he chose the wrong side at SummerSlam. Ciampa admired what AJ did to get to WWE, but at SummerSlam, he helped a social media star who paid no dues. Ciampa will make Styles pay tonight, and Miz says that Ciampa may not have helped him win at SummerSlam, but he'll turn him into the United States champion. And then we had the number one contenders match. Two-time Hall of Famer Booker T was on commentary for this match. So fucking random. Why was Booker T here?
Because Booker T is he's the five-time world champion.
And a two-time Hall of Famer.
I did not expect to see Booker. That right there. You add Booker to SmackDown, Michael Cole, Booker, and Pat. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh.
Imagine the antics that Booker and Pat can get into.
Oh my gosh. I was so happy to see Booker. That was like, I turned and looked and I was like, I hear Booker's voice. He's just sitting there. I'm like, oh look. That was, oh man. That was great.
I wanted to hear the shucky ducky quack quack.
Yeah. I wanted the water. You don't want the
bread. All you want was meat.
I love that guy, man. That guy's crazy.
I want to watch like a Booker T commentary compilation after the show goes off the air because those compilations are hilarious.
He is great. He is so great, bro.
Shout out to Pulse because I think he like reacted to one of them.
Yeah, that was so funny. That was great.
The Ciampa versus AJ Styles was a great thing. Like it was great. It definitely had a showcase for Ciampa, and the fact that Ciampa won really showed what Triple H's regime is going to be like moving forward. Mm-hmm. Styles may have lost here, but the fact that he actually got to this point in the show,
I don't think it's
it still speaks volumes. So
I don't think as far as like being in the top of the card, I think I'm hoping that they have some plans for AJ because he really does deserve. Or just move him to SmackDown because SmackDown does need some star power, and he is one of the biggest stars to me in SmackDown history, at least from modern SmackDown history. You feel me? So,
especially within the recents, for sure. I did hear some rumblings that we possibly could have some kind of shakeup in October, so possibly that could happen. Okay. And that could be just Twitter being Twitter, or that could legitimately be a thing. I would want that to be a thing because we can get. I would love to see Shinsuke over on Raw. I don't think we really ever had Shinsuke on Monday Night Raw, and if we did, it wasn't for a long time. I'd love to see AJ back to Friday Night SmackDown. There's some changes that could be made for the roster, and if they want to get, some more star power over on Friday Night SmackDown when it comes to the women's division, because the women's division for Raw is just so stacked. Mm-hmm. A shakeup wouldn't be that bad of an idea. Plus, it's a Triple H shakeup.
Yeah.
So you would definitely see some NXT call-ups. You would definitely see more of an even roster for the women, and it would just help the shows out greatly. I think a superstar shakeup under Triple H would be just as okay.
Yeah.
So Ciampa puts Styles on the apron, but Styles knocks him back. Styles go for the phenomenal forearm, but Ciampa hits a nasty knee out of midair for a very close near fall. That was so good. God. So Ciampa then connects with the Project Ciampa for another near fall. That Project Ciampa is fantastic. That powerbomb into the double knee backbreaker. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Now, that move has injured Ciampa's knee in the past, so he still does that. He just doesn't give a fuck, but he does it. If you want to know how that has injured him in the past, look up Tommaso Ciampa versus Sheamus.
That's a big boy.
His knee buckled hard.
Gosh.
And he was out for months after that. It was on a Friday Night SmackDown. It was a random episode of Friday Night SmackDown because I think half the roster was stuck over in Saudi at the time.
Oh, okay.
And they had to. Vince said, "Listen, Trips, we need some of your boys. Get some NXT guys over here, please." And it was, I believe, it was actually DIY. I think Ciampa and Gargano versus Sheamus and somebody, and there was a spot where he was doing the Project Ciampa or something of that nature. He was doing the double knee backbreaker, and just the way Sheamus landed on his leg, it injured Ciampa. It was bad, but look that up. I definitely want you to see that because that was like really the first taste of Ciampa on the main roster without even really him being called up.
Okay.
It was just something wild for sure. Because I think I was right. Yeah, half the roster was stuck over in Saudi because their plane didn't either show up or got delayed or something. Yeah, so Vince is like, "Yeah, Trips, get your boys over here. We need to do a show."
Hey.
And it actually wasn't that bad of a show either. Because we had a main event of AJ Styles versus somebody, and it was like, oh my god, this is great.
Does it work out?
But yeah, I'll definitely get you that match because that was really a first taste of Ciampa on the main roster. So Ciampa connected with Project Ciampa for another near fall. He cuts Styles off from the top rope and goes for the air raid crash, but Styles counters it into a Styles clash. Miz puts Ciampa's foot on the bottom rope to break the count. Now the referee totally saw this.
Yeah.
The referee totally saw this, but he didn't eject Miz from Adam. I mean, he was legitimately looking at Miz one point to make sure that he did his job and put Ciampa's foot on the rope. And he was like, "Oh yeah, his foot is on the rope. Don't count the pinfall." So then an irate Styles attacks Miz at ringside and sends him over into the timekeeper's area. Ciampa then attacks Styles and sends him into the ring post before throwing him back into the timekeeper's area. Ciampa gets into the ring before the 10 count, but Miz is holding Styles' ankle. But Styles escapes Miz and gets into the ring by the count of 9. And Ciampa knees Styles in the face before hitting the fairy tale ending for the win. I've been seeing a lot of this lately, that there have been a lot more near countouts in WWE as of late. People are always getting in at the count of 9.
That's true.
I don't know if that's by design, but
it has happened a lot.
But it's happened a lot.
Yeah.
But regardless, Ciampa will face the United States champion Bobby Lashley next week on Monday Night Raw. It was just a great night for Tommaso Ciampa. I mean, yes, obviously, Tommaso Ciampa and Triple H are boys. I mean, hell, you look at Tommaso Ciampa, it looks like he could be the kid of Triple H.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, though, it was just a great night for Tommaso, and I know he has to be very proud knowing that, yeah, he might have had a slow start on the main roster, but with Triple H being here, he'll be perfectly fine. So Kevin Patrick is backstage with Big Bob, the biggest Bob we ever saw, the biggest bald Bob. Yeah.
Okay.
He's here. And Lashley says that he'll defend the title every week on Raw if he has to. But Ciampa proved that he is a brawler, he's tough, and he's hungry. That makes him dangerous, especially with The Miz. Lashley then will fight him and bring prestige back to this championship. Lashley beats Theory. He beat Theory with the Hurt Lock, and he'll do the same to Ciampa. Then we had the Undisputed Tag Team titles on the line, the Usos and the Mysterios. But before that, we saw footage shown of Brock Lesnar getting into the destroyed ring at SummerSlam and him just sitting with his hat on in the elevated corner. The man's a complete menace. Like, he just does not care.
Such a freaking
I told you guys on TikTok, the man was in his element in Nashville. He had a tractor. He had flannel on. The man had his cowboy hat. The man should have came out. The man should have came out too. I should have been a cowboy. Like, he was there. And the thing is, what's crazy too is that I looked back at SummerSlam because SummerSlam was just so goddamn good. Michael Cole even said on commentary, I should have been a cowboy. I didn't even know that at first.
Huh.
During Brock's entrance, during the part of like him being on the tractor, he was literally screaming at the top of his lungs, I should have been a cowboy. I'm like, when the hell? Like, I didn't even know that.
Wow. You got lucky. You should have been a cowboy.
And I got lucky with using that song.
Yeah. It seems so.
But yeah, this tag team title match though was great. I didn't expect them to win, but
that's why I was like, they're not gonna win this. But I mean, it was okay.
Yeah, it was fun for a while. It lasted. Rey Mysterio and Jey Uso. I didn't mean for that to run.
Oh.
Shit. Shit. That's why they fucking put them in the ring together.
Yeah.
The Mysterios and the Usos. And in the notes here it says Ray and Jay. So there's that rhyme too.
Well, it sounded nice.
They tag in. Ray takes Jay down with a baseball slide, and he baseball slides Jimmy. Ray then shoulders Jay back and kicks him in the head. Ray hits the top rope, seated senton, and goes for a springboard crossbody, but Jay kicks him in midair with a super kick for a very close near fall. Great spot right there. The Usos then hit the 1D. Well, they go for the 1D, but Ray breaks it up. Ray then gets Jay out of the ring, and Jimmy is knocked into the ropes. Mysterio hits Stereo 619s. Dominic hits a frog splash, but Jay breaks it up. Very close near fall there as well.
They almost had.
Yeah. Jay put Ray out of the ring and super kicked him. Dominic hit a wild suicide dive on Jay before going to the top rope. Jimmy then cuts him off and goes for a superplex. Dominic then holds on and fights him. Dominic knocks him down to the canvas and dives, but Jimmy moves. Dominic then saves himself and knocks Jimmy into the ropes. Jay blind tags in. Dominic goes for the 619, but he gets hit by the 1D by the Usos, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, and they retain the Undisputed Tag Team titles. Very good match. Very good match. And honestly, I think that's the best Dominic has looked in quite some time.
He's progressing. He's progressing.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's the best that he's looked in quite some time. And the thing is, I still think he does need a lot more polishing. but he's getting better, and that's all I've been wanting, honestly. I still think that he got a huge disservice not being in NXT, but it's just the way I feel. Dominic should have been in NXT for a little while until coming back up here. But they did his debut against Seth Rollins in front of no crowd at SummerSlam. And now he's back SummerSlam 2020, I think.
Was it that long ago? I don't remember.
I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021. I know it was SummerSlam.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. Seth Rollins with Murphy defeating Dominic with Ray by pinfall in a street fight. Yeah, this is 2020.
Dang.
He's been in the. I expect him for being in the company for 2 years now.
Sheesh.
That's crazy, actually.
I didn't know what time period that was. I almost forgot about that.
I mean, I know it was no crowd because it was at the Thunderdome still, but.
Wow.
Yeah, no, because that's right. Because 2020, they had the main event of the show was the Fiend versus Braun Strowman for the title.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the title.
Wait, is that the night Roman came back?
Huh?
Is that the night Roman came back? Or no? Oh, that's Braun.
That was Payback 2 weeks later.
Okay. I get those confused all the time.
Yeah, Payback was 2 weeks after SummerSlam, and that was when Roman came back.
Okay.
And then the next pay-per-view, which was Clash of Champions. Well, wait, no, that Roman was champion back then because Payback, he won the title. That's right. SummerSlam, he returned Roman. And then 2 weeks later, he got the match against the Fiend and Braun. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I remember.
And then Payback was the start of this 2-year sentence that we've been on.
Yeah. 2 damn years, bro.
No, Sasha and Naomi tonight, what happened? I didn't want to get my hopes up. I didn't want to get my hopes up. Would I have loved for it to happen? Yes, of course I would. But I didn't want to get my hopes up. The thing is, like I said earlier, them being on Friday Night SmackDown would be the best spot for them. If they did work out a deal, that's great. But knowing Triple H, you would want to build something like that. Build to something of their return. So we'll see. Plus, and I know that listen, reports can be reports all they want, and we can believe or not believe them all they want. Until I really see it happening, I don't know how to feel. Because I know a ton of people are like that, where it's like, I'm not going to believe it until I see it.
Exactly.
So that's really kind of where I'm at too, but I just know that Sasha and Naomi are very close to coming back at least.
In most cases, they end up going to SmackDown, which probably will end up being a better way, seeing how Raw looks freaking amazing right now.
Yeah.
So
even in Becky Lynch's absence, I think it's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, sure.
So after the match, the Judgment Day then run down to attack the Mysterios. I thought we were over this because the Mysterios beat them twice, but no, they're still here. Rhea Ripley, she grapevines Dominic's neck and chokes him out.
Should have been me.
It should have been me. Oh, we need a freaking soundboard because I'd hit D right now, and Dolph Ziggler would be screaming that right now.
That was hilarious. He was fighting for his life, and she just laughing like it's cool. I was like, bro, what is happening right now?
And in my live, Rex was saying, listen, Rhea's Poppy. Like,
God.
honestly, I can't even fault him for that though, because Rhea, everybody in the chat was even saying like Rhea can do whatever she wants to me, and I'm like, you guys aren't wrong.
I gotta tell you that.
The chat was crazy tonight, man. But yeah, she grapevines Dominic's neck and chokes him out. Damian Priest and Finn Balor double team Ray. Edge's music hits and he runs down for a huge pop. Edge then gets Priest out of the ring and hits Balor with an execution. Edge is fired up at this point. The crowd loves it. Edge sizes Balor up for a spear, but Ripley shoves Dominic in the way, and Edge accidentally, or legitimate, hits Dominic with the spear instead. Edge chases Balor and Priest into the crowd, and Ray is irate and thinks that Edge hit Dominic on purpose. So Edge is definitely going to have some explaining to do next week on Raw. And who knows, maybe this could lead to something where like, oh my God, Ed, like this was planned for Edge all along. Edge could possibly been all a ploy to get to Ray and Dominic. It's a slow burn, and I'm fine with that. It's just we gotta, like Law said, and we usually hate the saying, but in Triple H, we trust, wait and see.
All we got to do is the easy part.
Overall, though, the show was great. Like continuity happened, stars were made, a structure was formed, and you felt change tonight again.
Indeed.
That's it, guys. I don't know how NXT is going to look tomorrow. We are live during NXT, and I know, Loft, that's probably not the best thing for you.
Hey.
How's that going to work? Are you going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
because I was going to say, because the thing is, I know you're live usually for NXT, so I don't know if that was going to be anything. Cool. But yeah, we'll be live tomorrow here and on Twitch for Outside the Brand episode 225 for Tuesday's Talk. I will be getting news and stuff like that, possibly stuff coming out of SummerSlam. And yeah, guys, we'll be seeing stuff for you guys in future. We can possibly look at what we'd like to see for Cardiff, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, it's just going to be a very fun episode of Tuesday's Talk with some antics as usual. But yeah, man, it's going to be fun. And then Wednesday for Dynamite. Going to be fun. And then the first real SmackDown for Triple H in the era. So that should always be fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's it. Anything else to say before we get out of here?
No. Thanks for the target, man. So.
In Triple H, we trust, everybody. In Triple H, we trust. Thank you guys so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. If you guys liked what you heard tonight, make sure to hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. Please check the bell anyway. Check the bell. If you already have it on, check the bell, make sure it's not on personalized, make sure it is on all. That way you can hopefully get pretty much all our notifications that way when we go live. Go get the merch, bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. APA style for the brand t-shirt, OTB Wolfpack t-shirt, and any other design that you got on there with your tote bags and your coffee mugs. It's a great time over there, guys. And use SS20 for 20% off your order until August 13th. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we'll talk to you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on the twitch.tv/Panda Wrestling Company Network and right here on youtube.com/Outside the Brand. And we'll talk to you then. Have a good night, guys. Peace. And Triple H we trust one more time.